Just focus on becoming the best version of you. Just focus on growing into that woman that you want to become. Just growing into that person that God has put you on this earth to be. Like,
Hi, angels. Welcome and welcome back to me, my thoughts, and I with Esther Brady. On this podcast, I share about my life, my thoughts, and things I go through in my day to day life. I share about my journey of building my faith in God, self development, self discovery, self growth, and self improvement. I hope you feel loved and welcome here. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. And if you haven't heard, you're amazing, you're beautiful, or handsome, and everything is working out for your good. Just have faith and put in the work, and everything will come together beautifully for you. I hope you're able to take something away from this week's episode. Don't forget to follow, like, and leave a review. And follow me on Instagram and TikTok. And don't forget, I love you so much. And let's get right into this episode.
hi Angel, welcome and welcome back to another episode of Me, My Thought and I podcast. It's your host Esther Brody, and I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful, fantastic day. Hope your day is up to a great start. I hope everything is working out for you. I pray everything is working out for you. And I just know that you're about to have the best, most beautiful day ever. Like, literally. Yeah. In today's podcast episode, I will be talking about finding fulfillment in your own presence. And before we get right into today's episode, I don't know, I just want to chat with you guys. Like, how are we doing? What are you guys up to? Like, I've not been up to anything. I've been home for a few days now, and all I've been doing is work. Like, I have been working like a dog. I never thought that work could be this hard, or rather this busy. Like, I never really thought of my life as a busy life, but I saw my schedule today and I was like, yeah, girl, you're quite busy. And to think that coming back home from school, I was like, oh, I'll be free, I'll have time in my hands, I can do whatever I like. Like, no, I wake up, I do my morning routine, and I'm off to work. I'm off to start working. And you think I'm leaving my house to do this work? No, right from my bedroom. This is where the work is happening. So it's not easy, but I'm trying my best. I'm in a playful mood today. I don't know why. Considering the fact that I'm in immense amount of pain, not immense amount of pain, but I am in pain because being a girl, being a woman is not easy. It is not. So if you're a boy and you're listening to this episode, go and give your woman her flowers because she deserves it. She's trying. She's trying. Give your woman her flowers. Treat that woman right. Treat her like a queen because we are going through a lot. Please. I'm not joking, no. So let's get right into today's episode. Like I said earlier, today I will be talking about finding fulfillment in your own presence. So, the I don't know, is it the memory that I want to call it? The thing that sparked today's podcast episode is I downloaded Snapchat back because I left Snapchat for a while because, first of all, school was grinding me. Like, school was after my life. I did not have time for all of that, but I did not delete TikTok and Instagram because, please, my mental health needs them. And I'm not joking. So I opened Snapchat back and I was trying to clear out my messages. And while I was doing this, I was just scrolling, deleting, and I realized how thirsty I was for friendships. Like, I would message the most random people. I would literally try to force myself into people's lives. Like, I can't even imagine what these people see me as. Like, anytime I think about it, I cringe. I cringe at myself because that's so embarrassing. Oh, God, I beg. That's so embarrassing because I was like, Esther, what was going on in my life that time that I really thought that consistently chasing after people to be my friends was the best way out. Like, this is the only place this thing will ever come out. Like, only on this podcast will this thing be ever heard. But I would try to add the friends of people that I know so I could try to be their own friend. Ew, like Iyama, like what is that? What was I thinking? What was I doing? Like, what was actually going on. I need to actually figure out what was going on in my life that time. Like, I think I didn't like myself because why? Like, why was I so parched for friendships? Like, it's as if someone was making me suffer in a way. I don't understand. I said, I'm so lost. I'm so confused as to why I was seeking friendship from people to the extent like I'll message my juniors in secondary school, find people and just try to add them on Snapchat, just try to be like, oh my god, there was something wrong with me. I can't figure out what it was. I probably I don't even want to know safe. I just rate, I don't think I want to know, but yeah. Anyway, that's what sparked this episode because now the new improved Esther is more than okay with being alone. Let me tell you, that did not come easy. Majorly, it came from trauma. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. This finding so much fulfillment in my own presence and loving being alone, it did not come from me having some beautiful flash of no. It's trauma that caused it. I'm like, okay, I think it's better for me to be alone. And from it coming from trauma, I've changed it to something positive. I've allowed it to become a beautiful thing for me, basically. So yeah, I just realized that I needed to be my own friend in the best way possible. I needed to be my own best friend in the best way possible. And realizing that I am the only one that gets to be with me for the rest of my life. I might as well create a safe space within myself for myself. Like, that's the best I could do for myself. And because I only deserve the best, because I am a princess, I am a queen. Yeah. Like I said, I'm in a very, very goofy mood today. I don't know why. I don't know why, like I said. But yeah. Today I'm going to give you my beautiful angel tips on how to find fulfillment in your own presence. My first tip is to be present with yourself. Find It's so easy to be distracted, basically. It's so easy to be distracted, especially in this day and age. Our phones are the best source of distraction. It's so easy to not be, you can be sitting on your own, but you are in a billion different places at the same time. Because I'm watching someone in Paris, I'm watching someone in LA, I'm watching someone in New York, and it's as if I'm in all those places at the same time, and I'm not even literally aware of where I am. So, being present with yourself, being aware of yourself. I think some of us don't realize that we're literally existing and being alive. Like, you are here, baby. You are here. Be here with yourself. Be in this place with yourself. So, my first tip is to be present with yourself. My next tip is non judgmental observation. I think it's very easy to pick apart yourself. Like, it's so easy. Choosing to not judge yourself is so hard. It's so hard. Like, I'm not even, it's so hard. But being aware of yourself and not judging yourself is such a great way to grow and to improve your mindset about yourself and what you think of yourself. Just observing yourself, but choose to not judge yourself. Just observe. Just look at yourself for a day, observe yourself for a day, your actions, your words, the way you interact with other people. Just look at yourself through the lens of an outsider looking in, but in a non judgmental way. Just to observe yourself and pay attention to yourself, basically. My next tip is to engage in solitude. Schedule alone time with yourself, silence your distractions. This is my favorite thing in the world. I just love it when everybody leaves the house and it's just me. I love it. I absolutely love it. I just love being alone. Like, I am so good with being alone. It's crazy. Like, I'm actually amazed at times with how good I am with being alone. Like, I do not care. I can be alone for hours, even days, which will be hours, days, and I do not care. Like I love it. I love it, and I love to read. And I think reading can be a distraction sometimes because it just takes my mind away from my current reality. But sometimes I can do well without reading. I can just sit alone in my silence, and I love it. But the thoughts that race at times, I'm like, yeah, I don't think the silence is good. But it allows you to connect with yourself in a way you would have never thought. So silence is a really good thing. Engage in solitude, find alone time, just be by yourself. My next tip is to talk to yourself kindly. When you are not a safe space for yourself, you obviously don't want to be by yourself. Like, why would you want to stay in a place that doesn't feel safe, in a place that doesn't feel good? Nobody wants that except you are, I don't know, figure that out. But talk to kindly to yourself. Let the words you speak to yourself be positive, affirming, life giving words. My next tip is to acknowledge your efforts, celebrate yourself. Like, even if others are not clapping for you, make sure you're clapping loudly for yourself. Those small wins, maybe it's waking up early, maybe it's moving your body, maybe it's going for a walk, maybe it's completing that assignment. Like, whatever it is, celebrate yourself and celebrate yourself loudly, even if there's no one there to celebrate you. My next tip is to engage in activities that bring you joy. Like I said, it's so easy to get wrapped up in your phone and not find other things to do because it's as if you can live different lives through your phone, honestly. But doing things that bring you joy is so important. For me, it's reading. But like I said, reading can also be a distraction. So I'm trying to find a healthy balance with that. But I'm trying to go into tennis. I don't know if I'll be any good at it. But I'm not trying to do it to be good at it. I'm trying to do it because I know it will just make me feel so good and so proud of myself. So I think we'll be doing tennis sometime soon. But yeah. My next tip is to explore new interests. Like I said, tennis for me. What is that thing that seems weird, seems new, but you want to try it out? Go do it. It can be pottery, it can be candle making classes, it can be anything. Go and do it. I mean, you need money because financial constraints are real, but don't limit yourself to anything. There are some things that you can try that don't necessarily need money. Do I have any idea what those things are? No. But will I find out for you guys? Probably. So check out the podcast Instagram to see if I eventually come up with anything that do not require money. But you can do. I'm sure there are a billion things you could do, but we are all probably limiting ourselves and using money as an excuse. But what do I know? My next tip is to embrace self reflection, journal regularly, reflect on your values and your purpose, and figure out what matters to you. I love to journal. I love to write. Like, you will catch me writing 9 times out of 10. Even my mom is always like, "Working on call, what are you writing? Towa Tori Sikokon Kombai." She used to say to me. And I'm like, "Mommy, leave me alone." But that's not the point. My point is that I like to write. I like to write my thoughts out so I can figure out why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, why I'm thinking the way I'm thinking. Just to know myself better. Because that's the least. I'm sure some things are just the least we can do for ourselves. Basically, like that's the bare minimum from you to you. So I love to journal. I like to write out just the things that are in my mind and just figure it out. Like when you put pen to paper, I feel like there's so much clarity that comes with that. So just reflecting on your values and your purpose, just so you can know what you won't accept from other people and knowing what you yourself will not accept from yourself. Like having boundaries with yourself also. My next tip is to appreciate your qualities, appreciate your efforts, appreciate your traits, appreciate your growth. Like I said, clap loudly for yourself, celebrate yourself loudly, appreciate yourself when no one is appreciating you. Look at yourself in that mirror and tell yourself you look so good. Look at yourself and just tell yourself like you are doing so well. Just appreciate yourself. You can appreciate yourself by words of affirmation. You can appreciate yourself by giving yourself things. I love to buy myself things. I love it. Like I think that's the best way I show myself love. Is just buying things for myself. I mean, not crazily expensive things. Sometimes it can be egg buns and coke. Whatever floats my boat for that day. My next tip is to shift your perspective from seeing alone time as loneliness to viewing it as an opportunity for self nourishment and growth. Most people see being alone as a sign of being lonely, but it's not. When you utilize your alone time in the best way possible and you see it as time to grow, time to nourish yourself, time to pour into yourself, because whether you like it or not, you cannot pour from an empty cup. If you try to give and give and give, but you're not giving yourself anything, at the end of the day, you will grow to resent the people that you are giving to, because half the time they might not also be pouring back to you. So, see your alone time as time for yourself. See it as time to grow. See it as time to nourish yourself. See it as time to pour into yourself. Yeah. My next tip is to prioritize self care. Do that face mask that you've been putting off for weeks. Take that bath. Take a long, hot shower. Just take care of yourself. Like, your body will thank you for it, your mind will thank you for it. Just take care of yourself. It can be writing out your thoughts, journaling. It can be maybe calling someone. See, any way in which self care looks like self care to you, do it. It does not need to make sense to anybody. It does not need to meet the approval of anybody. Just do what looks like self care to you. My next tip is to affirm your words. Nobody knows your words like you do. And if you do not step into the power of your word, nobody else can. Like, nobody else can see you more worthy than the way you see yourself as worthy. Basically, people will meet you where you are. How do you see yourself? Affirm yourself as worthy day in, day out. My next tip is to find joy in the little things around you. Rather than in external sources, find joy within yourself, in the things around you, in the things that are happening around you. Create joy for yourself. Create things that bring you joy. Indulge in activities that bring you joy, not anything illegal or things that will kill you. Please, no. Just do things that will bring you joy. Do things that will make you happy. Like, make yourself happy. Just this life. Make yourself happy because you only have this life. I mean, there's a new heaven and a new earth. But make yourself happy on this earth too before you go to the new heaven and the new earth. Abby, make yourself happy. Do what makes you happy. Find joy in the little things. Create joy for yourself. So yeah. My next tip is to have fun by yourself. Find ways to enjoy your own company. Find things that you can do by yourself that just spark that joy for you, basically. My next tip is to release the need for approval. Most people see lack of friendship as a sign of, I don't know, bad behavior, bad character. Some people, it is that, and some people, they just do not feel the need for other people. Just saying. But when you're constantly seeking for approval from other people, when you're constantly seeking for acceptance from other people, it reduces your worthiness. I'm not even gonna lie. Makes you look like a pick me, and you're not a pick me, darling. People are meant to be they're meant to be begging for your presence because you're a queen. Anywhere you go, you light up the world. Like, Jesus Christy. You need to realize your words. You need to realize your words and realize that standing alone, you are worthy. Like, regardless, you are worthy. Just remember that. If you don't even take anything away from today's episode, remember that you're a worthy person. Like, you're worthy of. Don't seek approval from people. You don't need anybody's approval. The only approval you need is from God, and He has already deemed you as worthy. He calls you His own. Like, you know what it means to be a child of God? Like, the King of Kings is your Father. You do not need approval from anybody else in this world. Any other person apart from God. Point blank, period. Thank you. My next tip is to trust your own judgment. It's very easy to, what's the word? I don't even know how to put it. It's very easy to seek, like I said, approval and acceptance, but to not trust your own judgment. Like, even with the littlest things, like what you want to wear to school or what you want to wear, as you're asking people, like, do you think this one looks good? Like, how do I look in this? I mean, as fun and banter, fine. Like it's okay to ask your girlfriends if they think something looks good. But if you are saying it because you think that if they don't say it looks good, that means it does not look good, and you don't trust your own judgment on whether it looks good or not, then I think there's a problem. And you should probably look into that. My next tip is to create rituals and routines that connect you to yourself. What are those things that you can do that makes you feel close to you? So most are very distant from ourselves, like we're very disconnected from ourselves. And just finding things that make you feel connected to you, that make you feel like, I don't know, is it like make you feel like you are you? I don't know how to put it. When I figure it out, I'll come back and tell you people. So yeah. And my next tip is to focus on growth and self-improvement. And that is my last tip. Just focus on becoming the best version of you. Just focus on growing into that woman that you want to become. Just growing into that person that God has put you on this earth to be. Like, that's really, I think that's the best thing you can do for yourself, to be very honest. Focusing on growth and self improvement, focusing on self development, focusing on becoming the best version of yourself, focusing on becoming the woman God has called you to be. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast episode. My throat is dry, but anything for you guys, anything for you guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. I'm so grateful for you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys. Mwah.
Hi, angels. Thank you for listening to another episode of me, my thoughts, and I hope you had a great listen and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to follow the podcast, make sure to leave a rating and a review. And if you want to see more of the podcast, follow on Instagram. And if you want to see more of me, also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I hope you learned something and I hope it was quite insightful and wonderful for you. And remember that you are wonderful and amazing. I'll see you guys in the next episode. And if you guys so much, bye guys. Mwah.